Yes, so today we read the second part of the chapter 21, Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti. So there are two types of Sadhana Bhakti, Vaiti Sadhana Bhakti and Raga Nuga Sadhana Bhakti. Sadhana Bhakti means what is sadhana? Sadhana means basically spiritual activities. So Bhakti is devotion. But Vaiti means following rules and regulation very strictly. Raganuga means spontaneous love. This is the highest that we can think of. Okay. So in the last two classes we covered about the Vaiti Sadhana. Actually the last class we really ended in the Raganuga Bhakti, but the previous to that we really covered the Vaiti Bhakti. So now we also saw that there are 6 kinds of moods towards Krishna. When we do the Sadhana Bhakti or when we have Bhakti, there are 6 kinds of moods, which we covered that. Kamad, Dveshad, Bhayad, Snehat, Yada Bhaktyeshware Manaha, Aveshya Tat Agam Hitva, Bhavas Tat Gatim Gata. Kama, that is divine lust. Okay, this is mainly gopis that we are talking about. Bhaya, fear. Kamsa had fear. Dvesha, envy. Sisupal, Jarasandha, they are all envy. But these two, Bhaya and Dvesha, are not actually favorable for Bhakti. Others, Kama, divine lust, that is probably the topmost. Sambandha, family relationship, Devaki, Vasudeva, Nanda Baba, Yashoda, like that they have relation, family relation. So that is Sambandha. Then Snega. Snega is based on affection. Pandavas, like Arjuna, all those. And they have the friendship. Okay, so that is Snega. Then you have the last one is the general Bhakti. This is what people really talk about Bhakti, because all the others what are talking about, this is the highest form. It is not really going to be mentioned as Bhakti in fact. Narada Muni and all the common devotees, they all have Bhakti. Okay, so this is how basically we all have connection to Krishna. Now, let us talk about the Raganuga Bhakti, which is basically for today and the last class we were talking about. So, this Raganuga Bhakti, what is Raganuga Bhakti? Raganuga Bhakti means the devotion which doesn't have any rules and regulation to follow, which really is spontaneous. You think about Krishna and serving all the time. They are really the topmost. And even big gods and all the gods, they do not have that. So this Raganuga Bhakti has 2 forms. Kama Rupa. Actually it is Prema Rupa. Because Kama is really again going to be really divided. Sambandha Rupa means what is Sambandham? Relation. So you have relationship only. Like Yashoda, Devaki, like that. Kama Rupa is different. That means you really have a closer relation to Krishna. Okay. So now if you take the Kama, there are 2 kinds of Kama. Prakrita and Aprakrita Kama. Prakrita Kama, what is that? It is really targeted to make oneself happy. It's selfish. Right? And Aprakrita Kama means that is primary purpose is to make only Krishna happy. Okay? So if we see here, these are the two pictures I am actually putting here. So one is actually the first picture is Prakrita Kama. What is Prakrita Kama? Because he wants to enjoy himself only. 99.9% of all the souls, if you take, they are initially coming through the Prakrita Kama only. They really want to get something from Krishna. They want themselves to be really taken care. And their purpose is not to satisfy Krishna, but to satisfy themselves. Okay, so this is equivalent to just like a normal desire for sense gratification. That is Prakrita Kama. What is Aprakrita Kama? Aprakrita Kama is only to give everything, one's soul, life, everything only for the sake of Krishna. This is gopis, and here what you really see is actually Mirabai. Mirabai is not all that high. I will tell you, why. Gopis are even the highest. So now, so what is the difference now? One is Prakrita Kama is to make only ourselves happy. Aprakrita Kama is the one which really makes Krishna happy, not necessarily ours. No. We don't care about our happiness at all. So this is the main difference. So we can ask ourselves a question. I have love for Krishna, but for what purpose I am loving Krishna? Is it for making me taken care of? Or is it unconditional that for no reason I always want Krishna to be happy? Does not mean how painfully that I am suffering. It doesn't matter. I am not going to really ask anything about it. I want to make sure only is Krishna happy. This is the highest form. I will tell you, those who are all attending, today's class, I don't know how much, the Sukriti that you have really done. These are not the ordinary classes we are actually talking about. So now, let us get into this Prakrita Kama. Prakrita Kama is also called Jadiya Kama. What is Jadiya? Jadiya means it came from the word Jada. Jada means worldly. It has origin of physical body, mind, and our own intelligence. Our intelligence is not pure at all. Our intelligence is also material. Our mind is also material. So these are all material, the vastus. Okay, like our body. Body we can see, but the mind, everything is part of the subtle body we cannot see. But that doesn't mean it's spiritual. No, it is material still, because it has attached through the sense our senses to the external world only. So our intelligence all based on only these material worldly things. So it is not anything. It is not spiritual at all. So it has origin of physical body, mind, and intelligence. And this Prakrita Kama, or called Jadiya Kama, is completely selfish. It is contemptible, as if I really read there. It will degrade the soul to darkness. So Jadiya Kama is not good. But whereas Prema, which is called Aprakrita Kama, is transcendental. So this is completely in contrast with the Jadiya Kama. Why? Because if you have Prakrita Kama or Jadiya Kama, that means you are always selfish, right? But when you really have Prema or Aprakrita Kama, it's transcendental. So this is actually is unconditional love to Krishna, which is only to satisfy Krishna. That is pure love, and that is the best. It is spiritually, very transcendental. It is spiritual and very, very transcendental. It has no single trace of any, the material qualities actually attached. Only gopis had that kind of quality. Why gopis prema is so transcendental? Why is that? Because it is not at all a materialistic desire. It is not at all a materialistic. It is not for their self-happiness. It is only to make Krishna happy. That is what this sloka that I introduced last week also. Anyavilachita suhunyam jnana karmadi anavritam anukulyena krishnanu silanam bhaktir uttamam. So, uninterrupted loving service without any desire for myself, even no trace of jnana yoga thrown out, karma yoga thrown out, and ashtanga yoga thrown out. No place of that. But it is unconditional love 24 hours a day, only aiming to give happiness to Krishna. That is the only pure bhakti. All the others are not at all. Because last class I was just generally talking about the bhakti. In the name of bhakti, so many businesses are actually going on. They are not pure at all. And they really have no understanding about the pure form of that bhakti at all. Many people are going to the temple. And where do they go? On the New Year day they will go. On their birthday they go to the temple. For what? Yeah, they do some archana. Okay, I give archana. You give me BMW. You give my house. You give this. You give that. Business. You are going for business. That is not Krishna consciousness that we are talking about here. Then what about attaining Brahman? Because whole Hinduism is really concept is to attain Brahman. What Brahman? Brahman is impure, completely impure. Because that is based on Jnana Marga or the Yoga Marga. They all the destination is to really what? To become enjoying there in the Brahman. So it is selfish. It is impure. And what about attaining Paramatma? There are a lot of people. Oh, Paramatma. What good is that Paramatma? It is also not pure bhakti. So everything, if you see that, in fact, even all the paramparas, they're all thrown out from what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is actually giving to us. Now let us see the aprakarta kama rupa bhakti, which is actually prema. It has two forms again. Look at here. It's, dividing. I don't know how many of you can really, grasp everything at the same time. There are so many things involved. One is sambhoga icchamayi and the other one is tat bhava icchamayi. Sambhoga means to have. So what is the meaning of that? Desire to be in the leelas of Krishna. Because Krishna is performing so many leelas. All the leelas, even with the millions of tongues of Baladev, that Ananda Shesha is not able to really tell the leelas, narrate the leelas. That many leelas are going on in the spiritual world. And all the Sutta Bhaktas, in their heart, so many leelas are going on. Every time they chant and cry, what happens? They are in the leela. This is how all our 6 Goswamis were doing. Okay, so this is Sambhoga Icchamayi. Then you have Tat Bhava Icchamayi. What is that one? Desire to taste the bhavas and happiness of the gopis and Krishna together. This is Manjaris. Okay, remember? Sambhoga Icchamayi is for gopis. Tat Bhava Icchamayi is for Manjaris. Who are Manjaris? They are the maid servants of the gopis. Their eternal Swarupa is like 7, maybe 6 or 7 or maybe 8 years old. That's all. They are small girls. In fact, our Gaudiya Sampradaya specifically, especially, which is the pure line as we are in. Only the pure line. Okay, there are a lot of other organizations. They don't really go. They don't even want you to talk about gopis. They don't want to talk about Radharani, whatever. No, not ours. Ours is 24 hours a time. You have to keep on remembering them, because ours is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. So our main topmost bhava is Manjari bhava, not the Sambhoga Icchamayi. That's only gopis. Gopis are the direct expansions of Radharani. In fact, she first expands into 8 Ashtasakis, then she becomes 108. That's what the chanting mala we have, right? Because we have first 8 beads, there's a knot there. If you really get the one, there's a knot. Those are the Ashtasakis. Then, but the thing, totally there are 108. Okay, including all the gopis. So when we are chanting, we are actually thinking about their intimate relation with Krishna. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he came down, he did not bring that many gopis. He brought, from the Goloka Vrindavan, he brought so many manjaris only. Okay, this is nice. I will actually get back to that soon. Now let us talk about the generally the relationships. The bhakti, how one has bhakti to Krishna, because here bhakti means only to Krishna. Everybody else is what? They are all servants to Krishna only. Okay, this is the truth that we have to always get in. Okay, so people are getting really totally confused. What is avatar and no, Krishna is not avatar. He is actually avatari. From him, everything comes there. Vishnu Purana is all mutilated. Every other Purana, all the Purana, it says Krishna is avatari, and he, once in a day of Lord Brahma, he comes through Vishnu. He has to come through the gate, because Vishnu is the entrance into the Brahmanda, our Brahmanda. So he has to come to the door. But that doesn't mean that all the other really avatars are also to be counted. No, it is not. Okay, so this is very important for you to understand. So 5 kinds of relationship. What are they? Santa Bhava. Prahlad Maharaj got Santa Bhava. They are neutral. They don't know, they don't serve, they don't really serve like others, like Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya or Madhurya. Santa means very neutral. Yeah, God is great, He has everything. I don't have to really serve, I don't have to do anything at all. So that relation is actually very neutral. Prahlad Maharaj is actually Shanta Bhakta. Bhishma Deva is actually Shanta Bhakta. That is why we don't really read the Vishnu Sahasranam, because he is actually Shanta Bhakta. Now Dasya, mostly male bhava. Hanuman, for example. The Dasya means what? Seva, right? Hanuman is actually a Dasya. Dasa means is what? Servant. Sakya means friendship. That's also a male bhava. Pandavas, Gopas are actually very special. They are all Sakya, because they treat Krishna equally. They don't really say that Krishna is higher than me. No. because they're equal, because of the kind of the Sakya Bhava. Then Vatsalya Bhava, male and also all the female can have the Bhava. Yashoda, Nanda Baba, Devaki, and Vasudev, they're all Vatsalya Bhava, right? And then the very specific example is actually Yashoda and Nanda Baba is very special, because Devaki and Vasudev, they even prayed when Krishna really showed the Narayana form. So that is why it's not strictly a Vatsalya Bhava. Okay? Whereas Yashoda and Nanda Baba, no, they will never take that he is actually a god. Never. Madhurya Bhava means it is actually conjugal relation with the Lord. Okay? So this is very special. This is only female Bhava. Only gopis and manjaris can have this. Okay, this is very important. Now, in the Madhurya Bhava, which is the topmost, there are again two kinds. Unmarried relationship, okay, that is gopis, Parakya Bhava, or married relationship, that is queens of Dwaraka. So, in the Madhurya Bhava, which is the topmost, there are two kinds. Unmarried relationship, that is gopis, Parakya Bhava. Parakya means unmarried relationship. Married relationship is the queens of Dwaraka, Swakya Bhava. That's called Swakya Bhava. The Swakya Bhava is also called Mahishi Bhava. Mahishi Bhava, okay? So now it is the mood that one gets, one always wants to get married. They talk about some sampradayas are so much intense in the marriage. Okay, Lakshmi to Narayan or and all to marry, they are really so intense. But the thing is, that has nothing to do with Raganuga Bhakti at all. Absolutely out. So this happens only in the lower lokas, below, that means Vaikuntha. And anything that is below Goloka Vrindavan, this, you can see this Swakya Bhava. Like Mirabai. Mirabai wanted Krishna as her husband. So he was actually a Dwaraka queen. She actually came back again for some purpose. Andal, he's actually attached to Vaikuntha only. And right, then the Rukmini is actually Dwaraka. So in Goloka Vrindavan, gopis do not have married relationship, as I mentioned. Their relationship do not have any selfishness. This is the big point. Is that mean that Rukmini, all the people, they had some, yes, they had. They are selfish. They want to have protection. They want Lord to really protect them. This is the problem there. But in the unmarried, the Parakya Bhava, there is no expectation or no protection, nothing. They are independent. Okay, this is very important. Why did Rukmini? Okay, so actually there was a story. Once in Dwaraka, Krishna wanted to teach Rukmini. So Krishna said, "Oh Rukmini, you are actually unfortunate. You know why? You actually married me. I am a worthless guy, because my favorite people are all those who really chant and sing for me, and then all the paupers on the street, they are my dear ones. And you are so unfortunate that you really had to really marry me. But even, you should have really married some big king. Even now it is not too late. You can actually look for a better person, a great king." And when Rukmini heard this, she collapsed. She fainted right there. This happened in Dwaraka. Why? Because she thought she was going to lose Krishna and lose all the protection and comforts. So a wife has natural expectation for wealth, support, protection and comfort. If you have that, if you have any of these expectations from Krishna, you are not a Sutta Bhakta. It is not Prema Bhakti. Prema Bhakti is very, very different. What is that? In the case of gopis, okay, in Dwaraka, Krishna is actually everything, right? Everything, everybody is serving. Here in the Braja, I'm not going to go into detail, because this is only Gurudev can really talk all these things. Okay, and also I cannot really talk to the general public. Now, in the case of gopis, can Krishna just like that actually enter the kunjas of gopis? Never. He has no way of entering in. No way. He has to get the mercy of the gopis to really get in. Krishna cannot enter anywhere just like that. He has to get the mercy. So it is very different. You understand now? And he really, because when Krishna comes and Gopi says, okay, get lost. I don't want to really see you because, blah, blah, no, get lost. And Krishna, what? It could be a Manjari, it could be a Gopi. He will follow. Oh, I want to see Radharani. I want to see that. So this is how the situation is completely ulta, completely different. This is what the parampara system that we are talking about. This has, even people cannot even understand what we are talking about. This has no tinge of any selfishness. And it is independent. Okay, this is the thing. This is Goloka Vrindavan. It's not that everybody is actually very easy to really understand all these things. Because there is something called Siddha Deha. What is the Siddha Deha? Siddha Deha means is an eternal spiritual form in Krishna Leela. Other Siddhas, they say Siddha, that is not the Siddha Deha we are talking about. Their Siddha Deha is probably they will go to Kailash or they will go to somewhere, Ashtasiddhi, there is a Siddha Loka is also there. They may go there and then do all the tricks and Ashta Yoga, Ashtasiddhis. We don't care about that. That is insignificant. That is actually like a dust compared to this thing what we are talking about. In the Siddha Deha, for example, take a Manjari or Gopi, they will have a name. Spiritual name, it is eternal name. And the spiritually, eternal age. And eternally they will have a dress. Eternally they will have seva. And eternally they will be part of some kunjas. And eternally they will have mood. Even, if you take the moods of the gopis, there are 64 kinds of moods. And even that actually again becomes, so many different Baba, it says millions and millions of kinds of mood that they do in order to participate in the Leela of Krishna. And also, in your Siddha Deha, you will know who is your Sakhi group leader, like Lalita or Vishaka, because what we read, remember, in the example, one is actually Manjari and the other one is actually a Gopa. So now, example, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he really came down, he brought all his associates, all the associates, they are all mostly Manjaris and some Gopis, they all had Siddha Deha there. Okay, so you see the picture at the right. Look at Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's picture, you see, along with his associates. But then you really on the top, above the cloud, you really see who are there. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is known other than Krishna in the form of Radharani, they are combined. And all the other Manjaris, they are actually the associates. You see that now? In reality, they are actually females. That is real. That is a Siddha Deha. But here, when they really appeared, they are all male. So, because in Vrindavan, that is part of Goloka Vrindavana, all are females. Only Krishna is male. So, here we saw that Siddha Deha Vijay Kumar, what was the thing that, what did we really read? He really revealed that he was actually Manjari, a maidservant of a Gopi, which is Lalita Devi, and of course Radharani. They are all female small girls. Now Siddha Deha Brajanatha, on the other hand, as we read, his Siddha Deha was actually was a Gopa, Sakya Baba, mood of friendship like Arjuna and Pandavas. Now you can actually make you may think, okay, can a male have Madhurya Bhava? Absolutely. Because people are really so confused that when they are born as male or female, it is fixed. And they really go fanatic about that. Oh, male is great or female is great and this and everything. They are nonsense. First of all, you don't have any whatever the form that you got in the material world, it has no relation with your actual Siddha Deha. Your actual Siddha Deha. For example, I am giving an example here. Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Bhatta Raghunatha Goswami, Jiva Goswami, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, Raghunath Dasa Goswami, Narottama Das Thakura, Srinivasa Thakura, Bhaktivinoda Thakura, his Jaiva Dharma we are reading. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakura, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura, Narayana Maharaj, our own Gurudev, they are all Manjaris, mostly. Look at here, Rupa Goswami was Rupa Manjari. Sanatana Goswami was Rathiya Lavanga Manjari. Bhattar Raghunath Goswami was Raga Manjari. Jiva Goswami was Vilasa Manjari. Gopala Bhatta Goswami is actually Guna Manjari. Raghunath Das Goswami is Rati Manjari. Narottam Das Thakura is Chamaka Manjari. Srinivasa Thakura is Mani Manjari. And Bhaktivinoda Thakura is actually Kamala Manjari. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakura is Nayana Mani Manjari. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura Vinoda Manjari. Narayana Maharaj, our Gurudev, is Ramana Manjari. It is there in the Jaiva Dharma itself. Actually, in the early part, his name is also coming there. Now, I want to give just an example of Madhurya Bhava, and also an example of just a little bit to trace of the Sakya Bhava, because we really saw that, we read that those two personalities, Vijay Kumar and then the Brajanath, they were actually, they were so fortunate, they could actually, find their Siddha Deha in front of their Guru. And now, if one comes to the level of knowing the Siddha Deha, it is far, it's not easy. You have to probably take maybe so many births and birth after birth, and then you refine yourself and all. But whereas the Acharyas and the topmost devotees, they all know their Siddha Deha. But however, they will never tell. Remember when you read that the Babaji said, you come to me alone, not with anyone else. Isn't it? Separately, he really told. Oh Vijay Kumar, you come and then meet me separately. I will give you your name. I will give you your dress. What is the dress? And what is your name? And what is your seva? What is blah, 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 whatever I really talked about there. But when will they reveal? Only when that Acharya leaves the body. See, if somebody asks, then he will tell. Because, for example, even Prabhupada's, actually the Siddha Deha, our Gurudev knows. But nobody in ISKCON even knows. Because they don't know anything about these. They are very preliminary. They didn't even remember to ask. But our Gurudev clear, this is his name, this is his, because we are together there. In fact, I really put one picture sometime back. You must have seen that one. In that, there was in the Kunja, and then there were two personalities were actually playing Mridanga. You must have seen that one. Okay, there, one is Prabhupada, and then one is our Gurudev. You won't believe so much intricacies there. Okay, now, here I am giving an example where there was actually in Vrindavan itself, there was a group. They followed Vaiti Bhakti. They wanted to go to Vaikunta. They were actually, doing some big yajna. And then all of a sudden, Gopals were actually feeling so hungry. Okay, that was on, for some purpose. And then Krishna said, oh yeah, there is a big yaga sala yajna somebody is doing. And Balaram also said, okay, you Gopals go there and then get some, prasadam, eat and then bring something for us. When they went, their yajna was going on because they are Vaiti Bhakti. These Gopas were going and then begging, oh Prabhu, we are hungry, please give something to eat. They did not even look at them. Go away. The yajna is important or you are important. Go. Oh, this is we are sent by Krishna and Balaram. Please give me something to eat. We are so hungry. No, forget it. Get lost. They chased them away. And then they really came by crying to Krishna and Balaram, because that is the reason Krishna and Balaram did not go, because they have nothing to do with. And then Krishna said, yes, this is, I know that's what is going to happen. But you do one thing, go to their Patni's home, their wife's home, tell that I am here, me and then Balaram here, and then ask something, they will give something and then bring. Yes, they went. And they told about the situation. All those wives of the Brahmanas were really so attached because they have heard about Krishna. They came running with whatever they really had, all the sweets and this and everything, all they really came running. And when they came, Krishna was standing there under a tree. Shyamam hiranya paridim Vanamalya barha Dhatu pravala natavesham Anabrutam se Vinyastahastam itarena दुनानम् abjam कर्णोत्पलालकपोल mukhabjahasam. So Krishna was just standing. How? What is the color? Shyamam, dark blue in complexion. Hiranya, what is Hiranya? Golden. Paridim, whose garment was golden. Shyamam, Hiranya, Paridim, his, dress was golden. And Vanamalya, with the forest, remember from the forest flowers? He was wearing a nice garland made of forest flowers. Barga, peacock feather. He had a peacock feather on his head. Dhatu Pravala. Tajpura means minerals. So he was really wearing so many jewels there. All. Then Pravala, sprigs of birds. And how he was standing? Natavesham. As a top class dancer he was doing. Natavesham. And Anamritam said, on the arm, on the shoulder of his friend, Gopa, he was really putting one hand there. And the other hand, Vinayastahastam. With the other hand, Itarena Vinayastahastam. What he was doing? Dunanam abjam. Abjam means a small, like a lotus. Abjam means lotus. He was twirling it. Yes, Vinayastahastam, And Dunanam abjam, Karnot, and his hair. Remember, his hair was really curly hair, in the front. It was actually just there in the front, in the Kapola. It was really showing on the, near the chin, Kapola. Mukhabja Hasam. His mukha was what? Hasam. It was so mandahasam. That's why he said mandahasam. That laugh alone made all the wives who really came stunned there. Eyes were actually about to blink, but they could not. They could not blink. They were looking at Krishna, and whatever that they really saw, some must have seen just the peacock feather, some must have seen just the hair, some must have seen just the hands, and some must have really seen just the flute. They were just completely stunned by, and they were standing because they don't want to really see anything else. This is a Madhurya Bhava, which is basically what is the word? Which is Rupa Madhuri. Krishna has 4 Madhuri. Rupa Madhuri, Venu Madhuri, Prema Madhuri, Leela Madhuri. All the four are only Krishna has. Even Lord Narayana, they don't have that. Only Krishna has that. So that is Madhurya Bhava. But then what did Krishna say? And the gopis said, please take us. We don't want to go home. Please take us. We want to serve you. We are our servants. Krishna said, no. No. You have seen me? Good. Now you have to go back. Because they do not belong to Goloka. But they had affection. But even then it is not pure. Pure like gopis. This is what we are talking about again and again. I don't know how many of you are actually hearing all these things. These are not ordinary matters. These are not ordinary. Because in the name of Bhakti, they do not understand what it means even. They only for going for business. And insulting other Vaishnavas even. So many things you do. How can you get Krishna? You will be cut out. Krishna says, if somebody is actually insulting another Vaishnava, another initiator and another Vaishnava, whatever, I will put obstacles. Not 1, not 2, not 1,000, 30,000 obstacles I will put so that he cannot even come to me. He can't even come to me temple. Finished. This is what Krishna does. You have to be very careful. You are very careful. As a Krishna line, you have to be really super humility. You have to think that you are like dust on the street. Then Krishna looks at you. Now, this is the last one I just want to finish. It's an example of Sakya Bhava. Sakya Bhava is all Bhavas, all Gopas. So this is a song I wrote long time back, but let us go. Krishna is calling us, let us go.
Let us go. Krishna is calling us, let us go. Let us go. Krishna is calling us. us, let us go. Calling with his little flute, let us go to his sweet Goloka, let us go. Calling with his little flute, let us go to his sweet Goloka, let us go. Let us go, let us go, let us go. Krishna is calling us, let us go. Let us go, let us go, let us go. Krishna is calling us, let us go. Come to play with Govinda, let us go. Take all the cows to her, let us go. Come to play with Govinda, let us go. Take all the cows to her, let us go. Pack the lunch to eat with him, let us go, let us go. Milk all his little cows, let us go. Pack the lunch to eat with him, let us go, let us go. Milk all his little cows, let us go. Let us go, let us go, let us go. Krishna is calling us, let us go. Let us go, let us go, let us go. Krishna is calling us, let us go. Come to play in Yamuna, let us go. Run around the Govardhan, let us go. Come to play in Yamuna, let us go. Run around the Govardhan, let us go. Sing with him, play with him, let us go, let us go. Dance with him forever, let us go. Sing with him, play with him, let us go, let us go. Dance with him forever, let us go. Let us go, let us go, let us go. Krishna is calling us, let us go. Let us go, let us go, let us go. Krishna is calling us, let us go. Calling with his little flute, let us go to his sweet Goloka, let us go. Calling with his little flute, let us go to his sweet Goloka, let us go. Let us go, let us go, let us go. Krishna is calling us, let us go. Let us go, let us go, let us go. Krishna is calling us, let us go. Let us go, let us go, let us go. Krishna is calling us, 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 let us go.
So let us all go to Goloka or to Vrindavan. Okay? Thank you, Hare Krishna. And with this, we really finished the chapter 21 actually finishes. So you all, hopefully you all would have understood the glory of the Raganuga Bhakti which we are talking about. In fact, we are not going to read even more than chapter 25. Why? Do you know what is for Siddha Deha? Do you have that much relation, that much surrendered to your Gurudev? Are you serving him intimately so that he can touch you and then tell you the thing about so many things? So for chapter 26 onwards, unless you really renounce, you are completely inside the Krishna consciousness, you cannot even read a single paragraph. You cannot even understand even a single paragraph from the 26 onwards. So we are not going to do that for the public. It has to be, you have to have the realization. But am I there in the first grade? Or I am there in the high school? I don't know. That is only you will know it. You inspect yourself. Why you really go to temple? You ask yourself. Honestly, you really ask yourself. So you have to be very, 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 very fortunate. Not everybody has the, that's what I'm saying. It's very cream of the cream of the cream. Only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came only to give this only for temporarily. For this is going to be there only for 10,000 years. That's about it. So, okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Jai Gurudev, Jai Prabhupada.